Hi, I'm Dave Rutherford, and this is my friend Jay Hill, and this is the Dave and Jay Show. On today's program, Jay, you and I have sort of kicked around the idea of whether or not we should actually be doing this topic or not.
Exactly.
But it's about the conservative movement in Alberta. These two parties, the Wild Rose and the PCs, got together and brought the family back together. So I think that's been a major political story. And the one we're going to talk about today is really sort of a spin-off from that. So I think it does have value.
Well, and he's a sitting MLA, this individual, and supposedly decided now to start a new party.
Yeah.
He himself has been mired in ethical and legal challenges over the last year. This individual has been charged with inappropriately charging his MLA expense account, renting his taxpayer subsidized condo on Airbnb, double charging his MLA expense.
And so no problem with
meals. Yeah, and then not only that, Dave, he was found guilty, get this, he was found guilty of a hit and run that he originally vehemently denied. And then more recently, he was found guilty of illegally poaching a deer on private property. And this is the individual that suddenly wants to be leader of another party.
Well, his own party. We're talking about Derek Fildebrandt, and Derek Fildebrandt, I first got to know him when he was with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, a defender of, common sense spending of the taxpayers' money, and governments were abusing their power and all that stuff. Then he became an MLA.
Yeah.
And as you say, got into trouble for all these things that he railed against as a member of the Taxpayers
Isn't that ironic? Isn't it?
Is it ever?
I mean, he built a reputation, if you will, as a very young man, 23 years of age, of attacking sitting cabinet ministers for the least inconsistency in their expenses.
And he was good at it.
Yeah.
He was good at that.
And then when he gets elected, he does exactly the same thing.
So
he gets caught at it.
It's a vanity project for Derek. The Freedom Conservative Party, people have said maybe it should be the Fildebrandt Conservative Party, because it really is a vanity project. It's about his ego. He got turned away. He got into a problem with Brian Jean, because Derek Fildebrandt wanted to be the leader of this new united Conservative Party. That's what he wanted to do. Got in trouble with Brian Jean. They split. And so then he got in trouble with Jason Kenney, and they all split. So he really is out there on his own, and I don't think he likes it. So he's trying to get his new club.
I guess one of the things I'd like you to share with our audience, Dave, is the fact that you were pretty intricately involved in the early stages of trying to get these two parties to see reasoned and to see if they continue to split the vote, that we'd be saddled with a socialist government here in Alberta. And I know you work quite hard at that. So you probably take this a little bit personally when all of a sudden this guy, for his own ego, is trying to start a party and split the vote again.
He wants to have the power. He wants to be the balance of power in the Alberta legislature now. He couldn't be leader. Yeah. So now he wants, okay, maybe if I get a few seats, then I can hold these guys accountable. He can be the Andrew Weaver of Alberta politics. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But you're right. We were out there doing the tours of Alberta when I was with the Alberta Prosperity Fund, listening to what people wanted. And they wanted one party again. They wanted the family back together. They wanted a new name, a new party. They wanted everybody back together. And that's what Jason Kenney has done.
Yes.
I mean, you got to give that guy credit for doing what he did.
Well,
to get this party
some
back
would say
together.
against all odds. He managed to bring the parties together, form the United Conservative Party, commonly known now as the UCP. But, I think that we want to reach out to the voters of Strathmore Brooks and say to them, give some thought to this before you just re-elect your incumbent.
And look what happened
in the next election.
He started his new party. He was sitting as an independent, and right away the Speaker of the House recognizes him as a bona fide political party. What? How does that even work? So, I agree with you. I think if we're going to have a democratic solution to this, that's where it has to happen, right at the ground, the grassroots in Strathmore. You're right.
Well,
boy. I think that's another one.
I think that's our show.
Well, that's our show for today.
Thanks for watching. Isn't that incredible that we're out of time already?
We haven't had anything. We haven't said anything yet. We haven't had enough time to get all the issues.
We haven't really got into it,